Good morning, Harold.
Good morning. Sally Poole is here from Poole Communication, and we are going to the big thing on the cable channels and that kind of thing is cooking shows and recipe shows and that kind of thing. Back in the day of there was a program on KHMO years and years ago called Party Line. And folks would call in. One of the things they would do is they would call in recipes. And you have a recipe for us this
I
morning.
have a most unusual recipe. One of the things that we found in our company is that social media really is taking off and it's really working for businesses and individuals. So I have a social media recipe for you this morning. And like most recipes, you've got a little prep time, you've got a little organization, you start getting in and start putting things together, you mix it all up, and then you experiment and see what tastes better and what works better for you. So the first thing we're going to talk about is a little prep. And one of the things that you want to do is really define who your customer is, where your customer's at. If your customer is a 28 to 39-year-old male, you're going to have a little trouble reaching them on social media. You might want to kind of think about something else. But if your target demographic is men and women ages 25 to 50, then you really ought to look at social media. More and more people are using their smartphones, and that's how they're getting their information. So you need to be there.
Yes, yeah, that it's all in a matter of, as you say, knowing who the people are that you're trying to reach.
Exactly. If you have a restaurant, you need to be on Yelp, YELP. Get there. You need to be on Google Maps, whatever kind of business you are. You need to be able to allow people to find you more easily. Take your Yellow Page money, X it all out, and put it all on internet advertising. If you don't have a website yet, get a website. If you already have a website, try your hand at some social media. It's not expensive. It just takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, the websites, Facebook page. I mean, Facebook doesn't cost anything.
No, it takes time. And that's one of the
Yeah.
things I want to caution everybody about. Don't spend too much time doing this. Really limit your time. We suggest you limit it to 15 to 30 minutes a day. And I tell my customers, do it later in the afternoon because that's when your posts are going to get read more readily.
Yes. All right. So we're prepping now.
Yeah, we're prepping. Who's your audience? Target that audience and target the message you want to communicate. We always are telling everybody, make sure it's customer oriented. Don't tell them how many years you've been in business. Who cares how many years you've been in business? Tell them what you can do for them. Then organize all of your messages. I want you to be consistent, and I want you to be pushing people to your website. I want you to be pushing people to your website, and once they get to your website, again, your website needs to be benefit oriented. What can you do to help your customers? Give something away for free and really start some interaction and some dialogue with people. Give some things away for free. You're an expert in your field. You've got some things that you just know. You might not even realize how important it is to other people.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you talk about this, and I think of our evolution as far as the radio station is concerned. Now, when we don't just say News Talk 1070 KHMO, we say News Talk 1070 KHMO and KHMOradio.com. That's what we do now.
You guys, we're going digital. We're going to the web. Whether you like it or not, you might as well get on board and let your business grow with it. Figure it out now until and before your competition does.
Yes, yeah, and not only the website, but of course our parent company, Town Square Media, has an app for smartphones.
Yeah,
and we drive them to that too.
And Town Square Media sells websites too. So
yes.
If you want to talk to your radio rep, talk to them. If you need something different, talk to somebody different. But Town Square even has websites that they sell. So starting to use social media, start small. Don't pick 10 and try and do 10. Try and pick 2. Pick 2 that really have to do with your customer and will reach your customer. Get started. You can even have the same message on both places because people are looking at different social media. We have a content calendar to help people organize their social media. And if you will contact me at info@poolecommunications.com, I'll give you our content calendar that helps you organize your social media so you can kind of develop a little plan.
Yeah, consistency of message.
It's really important.
Yeah.
Even consistency in advertising is important. Always do something. Do what you can afford, do what you can handle, and do it consistently, and then build from there. Finally, kind of relate to your followers. Talk to them. Be conversational. Be authentic. Don't be talking like a school book textbook. Don't be talking like a know-it-all expert. Be human. Talk to them and relate to them. Negative feedback is just as important as positive feedback. I get everybody asking me, what if I get negative feedback? You know what? Negative feedback isn't all bad because it lets you know maybe something that went wrong that you can fix. This gives you the opportunity to fix it, to explain.
I will tell people that will call us with negative feedback. I'll tell them the only way we know how we're doing is if people like you tell us, good, bad, or indifferent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So communicate with them. Be professional, but
Yes.
be honest and be real with them.
Don't argue with people.
Oh, no. Just listen. Just listen.
Yes.
Understand and give them a solution. And once you kind of get your two that you've got, one or two that you've got going, and you feel kind of comfortable with it, experiment a little. Try posts at different times of day. Like I said, we've had really good luck with later in the day and later in the week. But your business might be a little bit different. So track it, because that's one thing that's really beautiful about social media. You can track everything. You can see exactly what's working and what's not working. One of the things we've also found is that video is working a lot better in all media,
Yes.
web, social media, everything. We're really using a lot more video than ever before. So I told you to be authentic. Remember, you're talking to a person. This isn't a book. Enjoy yourself. Have a little bit of fun. And that kind of goes along with the human element. Show people who you really are, the human side of your personality, the human side of your business. And I think that you'll get a lot more benefit out of your social media. Be visual. Use pictures, use graphics. And again, like I said, use video. And be positive. Don't be negative. I've said before, negativity is better than neutrality because you don't want to be neutral. Be positive, but neutral is boring. So try and actually show your personality, get out there and tell people what you really think.
We have, of course, our talk radio programming, our national hosts, and one of the reasons why people listen to them like they do is because they have opinions and they can be controversial. If they just sat there and go, oh, well, whatever you say, nobody would listen.
Sometimes being controversial helps people delineate and define their own point of view. And so I think that your point of view is important. Get it out there. Be consistent. Be civil. And don't forget a call to action.
Yes.
Mostly your call to action is going to be to go to your website or to give you a phone call. So make it easy for people to do that, or like your Facebook page, or do some other action like that. Friend you on Google+. Rate you on Yelp. There's all kinds of good things. Use a call to action. Give somebody something to do so that they start interacting.
Yeah, and you mentioned that call to action when it comes to that phone number. We get some of these commercials where they just repeat the phone number repeatedly, and it gets on our nerves. But you did a marketing minute on this one time. You were looking for somebody was having a sale and you had missed the name of the business, and you figure surely they'll mention it before the spot's over,
Nope.
and they never did.
They didn't. Mention the business, mention your phone number, and don't forget to do it. One thing that's nice about social media is that you can see it and reread it if you need to.
Yeah.
But mentioning your business, what you do, what benefit you have to the customer is important, and that final call to action. Go out there and go play with it. It's fun. It's really not bad. Limit your time because it can really be a time drain.
Yeah, it can be addictive is what it can be.
It really can be. And so watch your employees too, because sometimes employees get caught up in it too. Limit the time.
Yes. If the folks want more information about anything that we've covered.
Oh, I guess I should mention my business name, shouldn't I?
Would be a good thing.
Poole Communications. Poole Communications. We're here in Hannibal, Marshall, and Poplar Bluff, Missouri. You can reach us at 800-900-3635. Our local number is 221-3635. And you can always reach us via email at info@poolecommunications.com.
Sally Poole, we always appreciate it.
Harold, it's been a nice morning with you. Thank you for having me.